Hi, I'm Robby Swift. I'm here to take you through a tuning guide of your new NeilPryde Wave sail. The tuning is a very important part of getting your sail set up properly. We recommend that you use NeilPryde components obviously all the way through the range. The X9 rig components are obviously the best ones. The mast gives you the most responsiveness and it's the lightest. Obviously the X6 is a very good price point and a very good compromise because it's still an excellent mast. The X3 is the strongest and most affordable mast in the range, but obviously you're going to lose a little bit of performance because of the extra weight and the lower carbon content. The most important thing about tuning your wave sail is the downhaul tension. We design the sails around a certain downhaul tension and we don't really waver very much from that at all. You can maybe fine tune it a little bit for lighter winds or stronger winds and for onshore conditions and for offshore conditions, but it's a very minimal adjustment. It's probably only 1 centimeter on the movement of the pulleys. So you really need to get the settings right when you first buy your sail. On the bottom of the sail here, you have good directions of how much downhaul you should put on there. That is a very accurate guide, but for your personal preferences and for your exact sail, it could be within plus or minus 1 or 2 centimeters. So it's very important to test the stuff when you get it for the first time. An under downhauled sail looks like this. It has no floppiness in the leech at all. The profile of the sail is not there at all, and there's even floppiness here right next to the mast. As you pull the downhaul on, the sail becomes tight up in the boom cutout and the top of the sail starts to flop away in between the battens. That's what you're looking for when you're pulling the downhaul on the sail, but it's the feeling of the sail that's going to tell you how much downhaul is the right amount of downhaul to use. So when you first get your new sail, go out on the water, sail around with it and try and feel if the sail's feeling heavy and top heavy and it's not getting planing very quickly but it has a lot of power. That's a sign that you probably have too little downhaul on. So come back to the beach, pull on a little bit more downhaul, go out again. The sail should feel lighter and more responsive and it should get planing easier as well. If you pull too much downhaul on, you can end up leaving the sail feeling twitchy. That's not good because you reduce the wind range of the sail. You end up not really getting planing quickly, and then when you do get a big gust, you're suddenly overpowered. You don't have any wind range at all. So it's somewhere in between those two settings that you want to find. And as I say, going out on the water and testing your equipment when you first buy it is the best thing to do. That's what we all do. And then once you've found the right distance for the pulleys to be away from the cleat here at the bottom, you can memorize that for your sail, and then you know that next time you just pull it down to that exact position and then you're ready to go straight away. After setting the downhaul, the outhaul is the next setting, and this is one that we play with a lot more. Normally we leave the downhaul the same. We fine tune the sail using the outhaul tension. We have 3 wave sails in the range, and they all have very different characteristics when it comes to outhaul. The fly is the sail which you have the most range out of outhaul tuning. You can have it very loose so that it's touching the boom, and then you can even put it as tight as you want so that it makes the sail very flat and it will still have profile. You'll still be able to get good performance out of the sail when it's pulled nice and tight. The combat, you really don't want to play with the outhaul too much at all. You want to have it so it's just touching the boom, and if you pull it too flat it's going to leave the sail feeling kind of twitchy. The Atlas, you have a little bit more play with the outhaul than the combat, but not quite as much as the fly. The base setting, the first setting I would say would be that it should just be not touching the boom. It should be almost there touching the boom when you look from underneath, but not quite. And then you can pull it 1 or 2 centimeters past that, or 1 or 2 centimeters less than that to give you more power and to get going quicker in onshore conditions. For all the wave sails, the base setting that we would say to start from is so that the sail is just not touching the boom when the sail is inflated with wind. So you can stand it up on the beach, you can pull the power in the sail and have a look. If the boom is just clear of the sail, but it's almost touching, and maybe in the biggest gust when you're going over a chop it touches the boom, that's the setting that we would start at. But then if you're a heavier guy or if you're sailing in onshore conditions and want more power, obviously let the outhaul off a little bit. And if you're lighter or you want less power, you're going sailing down the line, you can pull the outhaul a little bit more so that it doesn't touch the boom at all.